Good evening and welcome to today's story. We are exploring a case that blends the intrigue of technology, corporate secrecy, and chilling events surrounding the untimely death of Suchir Balaji. Balaji is a former child prodigy and important figure in the creation of ChatGPT, became a whistleblower whose findings could have shaken the very foundations of OpenAI. His revelations on plagiarism in AI responses might just be the key to unraveling a much larger story. Let's uncover what really happened. Suchir Balaji was a name familiar to many in the tech world. The 26-year-old former child prodigy had played an instrumental role in the development of ChatGPT. It's a tool that revolutionized the way we interact with AI. Yet, days before his untimely death, Balaji would become something much more. A whistleblower whose final act could have exposed the very foundation of OpenAI's operations. Hours before his death, Balaji made an explosive revelation. Using mathematical analysis, he demonstrated that ChatGPT, the company's flagship AI, wasn't simply creating answers from scratch, but was in fact plagiarizing. He showed through information theory and entropy analysis that as much as 94% of ChatGPT's responses could be traced directly back to copyrighted sources. This was a damning claim, one that called into question the very nature of how OpenAI's models were built and trained. The whistleblower's findings were far from abstract. They were grounded in hard science. By analyzing the patterns of ChatGPT's responses, Balaji revealed that much of what the AI spat out was nothing more than sophisticated paraphrasing of material it had been trained on. His use of entropy as a concept from information theory underscored the magnitude of the issue. This wasn't a case of the AI simply learning language patterns, but of it effectively reusing vast amounts of copyrighted content without due attribution. It's easy to dismiss such claims in the chaotic swirl of tech news, but Balaji's work had the potential to strike at the heart of OpenAI's entire operation. ChatGPT's responses, often hailed as a marvel of artificial intelligence, could now be seen for what they were, an advanced form of plagiarism. And it wasn't just a theoretical argument. Balaji's analysis, if proven true, would have decimated OpenAI's defense in an ongoing lawsuit with the New York Times. In the suit, the Times had accused OpenAI of copyright infringement. They argued that the AI, trained on vast amounts of copyrighted material, was using this data without the proper rights or compensation to the original creators. The company had steadfastly maintained that their use of this data fell under fair use. It's a legal defense that had kept them relatively safe from legal challenges. However, Balaji's findings directly undermined this argument. His mathematical proof could have been the smoking gun the New York Times needed to land a potentially fatal blow to the $150 billion company. Yet, as with so many whistleblowers before him, Balaji's fate would take a tragic and mysterious turn. Just 8 days after publishing his final bombshell, Balaji was found dead in his apartment in the Lower Haight neighborhood of San Francisco. There were no signs of struggle, no knot, and most disturbingly, no hard drives containing the internal communications Balaji had promised to share. These documents he had claimed contained critical information about OpenAI's handling of copyright concerns, which are the information that could have exposed the company's vulnerabilities on an even deeper level. What happened in those 8 days remains unanswered. Was it simply a tragic coincidence, or was there something more sinister at play? Many are asking if the timing of Balaji's death and the disappearance of his evidence was a cover-up designed to silence him before he could take the stand in court. Some have pointed to the nature of the company involved. OpenAI is a Silicon Valley titan with vast resources and influence as a potential factor in his death. But without the key evidence, the truth may never come to light. What is undeniable, however, is the scale of Balaji's discovery. His work not only challenged OpenAI's claims of innovation, but also placed a glaring spotlight on the ethical and legal implications of the AI boom. If his findings are correct, they suggest that the AI industry as a whole may be built on shaky legal ground, where massive corporations like OpenAI have been profiting from intellectual property without fully compensating the original creators. At the heart of this issue is the very question of what it means for AI to be intelligent. If these systems are simply recycling vast amounts of copyrighted content, can they truly be said to be creating something new? Or are they, in essence, merely sophisticated parrots mimicking what they are being fed without any real understanding or originality? Balaji's death and the chilling circumstances surrounding it have only deepened the mystery. It is hard not to wonder whether his whistleblowing was the last straw for forces determined to protect the status quo of Silicon Valley's tech giants. As OpenAI continues to operate at the forefront of AI development, questions remain about how much of their success is built on ethical foundations and how much is supported by the legal gray areas that allow them to benefit from others' work without paying for it. In the wake of his death, the calls for an investigation have only grown louder. Balaji's mother, Purnima Ramarao, has been vocal about her belief that her son was targeted for his revelations. She has demanded an FBI inquiry stating that the lack of hard drives containing his crucial evidence and the absence of any signs of foul play raises serious questions about the true nature of his death.
Talked to him. He was happy mood. He is not depressed or anything. And it was his birthday week.
He made plans of going to CES in January. That was the last phone conversation he had with anyone. He went into his apartment, he never came out. There was no suicide note left. And there is nobody else in the scene. That doesn't mean they can just come to conclusion. And we have seen the bloodshots in the bathroom, signs of fight in the bathroom.
The authorities, for their part, have yet to provide any clear answers. Meanwhile, OpenAI has maintained its position, claiming that it operates within the bounds of the law and ChatGPT's training data is ethically sourced. But as the story of Suchir Balaji unfolds, it's becoming harder to ignore the possibility that a dark undercurrent of corporate malfeasance may be lurking beneath the shiny exterior of the tech industry's most celebrated company. Elon Musk has weighed in on the case, supporting the claims made by Suchir's mother, Purnima Ramarao. Responding to her post on X, Musk commented, "This doesn't seem like a suicide." Such a high-profile endorsement has added significant attention to the case, amplifying calls for a deeper investigation. For now, the debate rages on. Was Balaji simply a whistleblower who was silenced for exposing uncomfortable truths, or is there more to the story? As the AI industry continues to evolve, one thing is certain: his final warning won't be forgotten. Suchir Balaji's tragic end leaves us with more questions than answers. As investigations continue and the controversy around OpenAI grows, his whistleblowing could have lasting consequences for the tech industry. Will the truth come to light, or will it be buried along with the hard drives that vanished in those final days? Let us know your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding story. Until next time, take care and keep questioning the world around you.